myself that way, so that no matter what I do, you still know it's me, as opposed to me following this name and you only know me for one thing. So it just makes it a lot easier at the same time.
And I get it. I would be doing exactly what you're doing if I was musically inclined in that nature. You know what I'm saying? So I be, just playing around doing stuff, but it's just for my personal, you know, processes of debriefing and decompressing and just, sometimes you just have to just, what I'm saying, just do something that's just like doodling, but I just be like doodling to like free beats on YouTube, and it doesn't sound that good. It's actually like hilarious when you go back and listen. You're like, oh, okay, but then you're like, hey, that could be something, not for me to go and do, but somebody else could take it, or I could, if I was serious, I could take that playfulness and put it and make it something, but I would be handing it off to an expert, But that's really dope. So you're a content creator. So what other type of things do you create, other than music?
Well, fortunately enough, I feel like I got a knack for it. I'm able to express my story in multiple mediums. So right now, my focus is on music, is on visual art, as far as like painting and graphic design and stuff like that, and also photography. I picked up a camera and was on the other side of it to help out a friend one time, and kind of just fell in love. And I just never put it down since. So
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, I mean, we've shot, and you've it's still some of my favorite pictures of me. And he shot it on his iPhone. I'm not no flex.
Right.
And since then, not even since then, but since that time, basically, I've decided to step my foot in a little kiddie pool. It ain't really kiddie because the amount of money I spend on my actual camera is not kiddie money, but I'm doing it because it's no reason to. Sometimes we get like, you like, I like this thing, and I want to. It's a couple of things. I think it's like, let me go ahead and dive in it or try it out. I can't complain if other people doing it that I know aren't as skilled as me or whatever it is, or just looking and standing back watching, and it's like you could do the same thing, and so, it doesn't have to be super serious or like, oh, I want to do this full time or whatever it is, you still get to control that. But I think the beauty in life is in actually doing and not just considering doing something, or I had that idea, I knew this was gonna come back, or hey, but you didn't do anything with it. So I heard something one time, I was just talking about ideas. They're in the universe, and if you don't pull them down, somebody else will. So it was actually somebody was saying that Michael Jackson said that. So I was like, yes, I rock with it. But it made total sense. It's like God gives you an idea, but if you don't take it down from the idea cloud, then somebody else will be able to get it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, that's real. That makes total sense. We can't think that we own these things, and that's why they say there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. That's really dope. Where can we find your work? Your music, or just any and everything that you're doing?
All right, so because I do so much, I have a Mercury. That would be the best thing to do. It'll give you things in every single thing I do. My name, Mercury Rhodes. If you go to link tr.e/Mercury Rhodes, that'll give you all everything. My website, my gaming, my YouTube channel, music, photography, art, you name it. Everything's on there. So.
That's dope. You still got some merchandise on there too? You got some clothing and stuff. I know one time. Okay. So you doing like a rebrand. Hey, I like it. Yeah, so this guy is still, you still technically just a Geechee boy though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So what does that mean? Some people are not very familiar with Geechee and Gullah culture. Fortunately, like I'm from Savannah, so I understand, and some people wouldn't understand what that means, but tell us what it means to you and where you from.
Right, so a brief mini history. Charleston, South Carolina is one of the main ports of entry for people coming from the New World here. And so Geechee became a mixture of cultures from the Caribbean, British, French, Italians, all coming through, and their influence basically on slaves or the black people that were in the area. Some people think of it as broken English, but it's really just a culture. It's a vibe, and for me, growing up in it, some places in the city still have old school mentality of people can only reach a certain level if you like this. So I wanted to embrace that culture and show the positive side of it, you know? That and just because you teach you or you feel like this, that you can do so much more. And I just embrace that in everything that I do, you know? But also to rep my city because, that's what we do out there, right?
I like that. I like that. I like the, not forgetting where you're from and taking that forward and understanding that's a part of your identity and what shapes you. And I think a lot of us easily forget that either because we just aren't knowledgeable enough about our history or ourselves or because we feel that's going to hold us back some kind of way or, I don't know, we have maybe some misconceived notions about it or, whatever. There's a slew of reasons. But I just think that's really dope and very important. Same thing. Savannah's the oldest city in Georgia, and one of the oldest cities in the country. And the same thing. We have major port trade there. People don't understand that civilizations, all of them, start at water. Because there has to be, you have to have water. I mean, and there's a difference between regular people from the South and people that are Dutchi or Gullah, descendants or, culturally, like you even said, it's not even necessarily like a look but it's a culture. So we don't say water person. Most time we like water, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole different sound. And a lot of people also don't know that. That's because of the specific people that they brought them from certain places so that they could use that same day. I mean, they were as cruel as it was very like scientific, it's like, oh, we're about to water. We need to, well, what can grow here well? Oh, rice can grow here well. And we need to get people that might be from areas where they have rice over there who would know how to cultivate it over here. And so what happens is you start bringing those people, they bring their everything, their identity, their religions, their languages, pronunciation, et cetera, and that goes to that area now because they're there. So yeah, totally get that. How does that influence your music or any of your art that you do?
Well, let's see. So ironically enough, my next project is actually called Dutchi because of that. I have a couple songs in there where I pay homage to not only the city but that dialect and that culture as well. And for me, it's just about, like you said, bringing awareness to it. Giving not only the city but our culture, teaching people a brand and an identity to stand behind.
Mm-hmm.
I want to lay a foundation and just like hold interest of people who don't know anything about it. So that way, somebody who comes behind me can stand on top of my shoulders and carry it further, and then just be proud of it. It's something to be proud of as opposed to the negative connotations that usually come from it,
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear that. Sound like some good turn up music for sure. Good time. Make you want to eat some good food and stuff like that. So tell me about these last two projects you put out. How do you feel? Like, just let us know the names. I've checked them both out and I was, like I said, thoroughly pleased, very proud. I was like, I had to ask you about, I think, one of them, because I'm like, this sounds like another, like a big time producer, but, you probably played it down. I ain't even gonna get into that. But tell me about those two projects and, the difference between them, how they came about, and how they're so different from, previous works you've done.
All right, well, I guess some context would be important here. About mid-November, I decided that 2020 I was going to do hard the whole year. So in doing so, I decided that every month I'm going to release a project. Stay consistent and just keep shooting shots because eventually something is going to land. And so doing that with that same thing in mind, that inspired me to create my first project, which is called Strong Winds Ahead. And I guess the vibe for that was, all right, if this is going to be my year, I'm going to give it everything I got. So it's real motivational. I just took a accumulation, of all of my trials and tribulations and flip them into something positive so that if you're going through anything, there's something on there you can relate to, and just keep you going. Because sometimes that's all you need. And for me, music did that from my early childhood. So that's Strong Winds Ahead. And February is the month of love. So my project I actually released on the 15th or 14th, it's called What Took You So Long. And that's really just a mixture of different feelings that everybody goes through in the month of February, especially surrounding Valentine's Day. But, not everybody's in a relationship and happy. Some people are single, some people miss love, some people hate love, some people whatever. So I just wanted to touch on all those aspects, and hopefully, whatever you went through during that time, you have something to vibe with, a soundtrack with whatever you're going through.
Dope. Yeah. You it's interesting, how social media can be such a key to. I'm just thinking social media, technology, communication. It's something I just briefly touched on earlier, thinking about Mercury retrograde, and I always just try to come up with something corny and witty at the same time. But your Mercury Rhodes, we're in Mercury retrograde, and just thinking about these different roads that we've gone down, merrily gone down, and just thinking about like how we can have so many ways to share so many messages, I think, and communicate different thoughts and ways of feelings and all of that. And music is one way, our art is one way, but it's like the technology is like ever changing. Our apps are different, our social media changes, and this is a cool thing, and it's not. But some of these things, like Twitter's been around for a while, we still use it, and Snapchat kind of like fell off in popularity, but we still use it, and so it's crazy. I actually think I get more sometimes back from the people that like when you send them a direct thing on Snap because no one's using it. It's not overly saturated. You know what I mean? Like now it's like people kind of don't really snap. So it's like if they send something, you're like, oh, what's this? And you go and tap on, it's like, okay, boom. I'm like, all right, well, what's this? And you was like, oh, it's my project. I'm like, cool, bet, or something, whatever it was. I think I might have just went straight to look at it. And yeah, I think that's what I did. It was a different friend. But another friend, he sent me a link, and I'm like, what's this? And he's like, oh, it's an artist I'm managing. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I didn't even know, but bet. And even the first days of me doing my podcast, I would just send people the links directly. Like, either I'm going to send it through the group me to a lot of people. I would send it directly in your inbox, like text. I'm going to just drop it on my Facebook. If you see it. If you don't, it's okay. Some people that subscribe, and the thing is, so many different platforms. It's like you could be subscribed to the main show, but then if you're subscribed on Apple, then you'll get that, but I won't see that you're subscribed. Probably got to go through all the data. But all I was trying to get at is, we here because of Snapchat at this moment. You know what I'm saying? And not to say it doesn't mean somebody can't text me or whatever, but I was like, okay, let me check this out. G doesn't send much. I haven't heard from him. I'm gonna definitely look into it. So it's like you can use your little assets that's free. What better way than to push your own stuff than to reach out to people that you know? Because if the people you know ain't gonna fool with it, excuse me, you might as well just be on to the next thing, because that's your people that really either know what you're capable of doing or, that do probably want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, to me, that's the more important opinion that I'm looking for generally when I'm doing stuff. Because, like, if I can't make the home team proud, what's the point? Because at the end of the day, who you gonna come back to? And I like to be around people that I've known and can trust and got good work ethic, etc. So, like I said, I'm very proud of what you're doing. I can't wait to hear this next project, and that's how I stumbled on the other project that was like before. I was like, yo, he didn't even tell me there's another one. Was like, what's up? Like I like that one too. So I mean, it's very professionally done. Like, it's clean. You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to get better at times. So even though it's like, oh, I might be doing this to gain traction, each project you're going to get better. You're going to sound better on every single project. But the vision is there. It's obvious that the vision and the quality, the craft is there, and the music is like, okay, I like that. So, I was like, yo, we need to, like, let's just do something, even if it's quick and simple, and we can always do more, but wanted to talk about that. But I guess a quick question, how are you surviving Mercury retrograde? Has it bothered you at all? Did it help putting those albums out, those EPs out?
Yeah, I think, honestly, music is really more my therapeutic session than anything. So I can really channel anything that's going on in the retrograde or otherwise into my music, and I allow that really to kind of not only set the tone for the month or whatever I'm going through, but again, hopefully it helps somebody. If who knows, the right person might hear it and it might be able to get them to do something, and that really means more to me than anything. Like, I'm fortunate enough to make money outside of my passion, and because of that, I get to freely create, which I think more creators should really get to, or try to set up a game plan to do that. Because, if I can pivot a little bit for a second, going through the ups and downs of industry as a youth, I learned that, you lose fun, you lose interest in creating when it's directed by somebody else. You know what I mean? And especially if you're under contract where you don't have control of it.